Now here's Mahomes. Airing it out deep for Smith. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Devontae Smith, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Now Patrick going to change the play. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone, and the two-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. And so they run it in on the two-point try. And so often, Charles, we talk about, from the offense's perspective, what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the two-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for two. Back to throw, Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. To throw is Stafford. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run and, of course, get to the quarterback.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A first down carry here for Johnson. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Chris Johnson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the two-point try. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone to give him a 2-point lead. Could have been up 1 with a point after, but they go for 2. And it worked.
It almost seems like they're trying to set an identity, doesn't it? We're going to be one of those teams that every time we get a chance to put extra points on the board, we will. Because really it's minimal in difference, right? Whether you're up 1 or 2, a field goal can still get you.
And the kick team down there quickly. They don't have to run as far as they used to. And they're able to stop him before he can even make it to the 15. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory,
The goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Stafford on 3rd down. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play he's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down. As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now here comes Kansas City. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd down and 3. Up the middle, Johnson. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now 2nd and 5. A give up the middle to Johnson. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the one that should seal the victory. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now a handoff, Johnson. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, They've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Yellow. 14-yard line, 2nd and 11. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Buying time to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Nice job. Here's the punter, McAfee, to kick it away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for gone. And that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
A terrific return there, 27 yards all told. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. We take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Reaching up for it, and he's got it. Dalton Schultz with an acrobatic catch. And the Chiefs have cut it back within a score. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. When Mahomes sees something, he'll change the play. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Here's Goff. And And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. T.J. Watt, the All-Pro, in there to take him down.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Let's take it inside his own 40. Terrific return, 30 yards all in all. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Chiefs offense set to go. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Being chased out left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Now a 1st down throw. Gone. That one's taken in. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. Now inside the 25. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. And a big turning point here in the 2nd half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. But how about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
And that is caught for the 2 points. So a big play there. Not only the fumble return for the touchdown, then they get the 2-point try. And, you know, for the defense, though, they were just over there sitting on the field. They had to rush out to try to defend that.
You know, it's funny. They actually practice situations that they call sudden change when the team turns it over. I'll guarantee you no one practices a fumble return for a touchdown like that, and now someone goes for 2. Really good strategy by them putting them in that situation.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Spears. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Goff. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. To the air again. Goff. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Another run on second down, trying to cover up. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Chris Johnson, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs will add to their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. Johnson now returning. Now here's Johnson. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. This is first and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Here comes second down. Out of the gun. Goff. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's first and 10. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. And incomplete.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
The Arrowhead crowd in full roar. Here's third down. Now Goff. That is incomplete.
That means there's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Second down and 6 now. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now a 3rd and 6. They go to Johnson again. Shrugs him off. And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the one that should seal the victory. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one.
I know we're in the era of wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day.
54.
Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Mahomes going to throw it here. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided. Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. Fighting his way through contact. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
With all the specialization we have in this great game, at some point the head coach is going to take charge of every group. And I think at halftime, he spent a little time with the special teams coach, said, look, you've got to find a way to get us a big play to help us get back into this.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is caught. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Devontae Smith, 59 yards. And the Chiefs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. Now Patrick going to change the play. They'll try and run it here. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. They didn't want the tie. They roll the dice and they take the lead.
That felt like a tone setter, didn't it? Forget tying the ball game and feeling like we're just hanging with you. We're going to go ahead and push it to a 1-point lead, and that just changes the complexion of the whole game.
After the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 9. Again, it's Robinson. Oh, he sheds himself free. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 54 yards rushing now on 8 carries. For him so far. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. T.J. Watt, the all-pro, in there to take him down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And now here comes Kansas City.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now here's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes airing it out deep for Smith. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Browns are right back in this football game. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Throwing now is Carr.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. James Harrison drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Now Carr, got to have this one. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Carr.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Carr to throw.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The Arrowhead crowd in full roar. Here's 3rd down. Here's Carr.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Throwing his Carr.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So now it may look bleak, but this one not over. They do have all 3 timeouts.
Even at this point on the field, where it looks like, you're really backed up, hold them to a field goal. That's the mantra right now. You hold them to a field goal, you still got a chance to take care of business on the other end. But you're right, the 3 timeouts are going to be key. How well they use them to preserve clock as well as stopping them, that's the key to giving them a chance to win.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go to Johnson again. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Up the middle, Johnson. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
On 3rd down, Johnson.
And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the one that should seal the victory.
It's a gain of 3 there, and that should be just about all she wrote.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. Here's Prater now set to kick it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because
this is caught at the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Devontae Smith,
73 yards.
And the Chiefs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. And Mahomes sees something. He'll change the play.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get in for the 2 points, and in so doing, cut the deficit to 2 points. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Here's Mayfield. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. Throwing, Mayfield.
Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Mayfield off the play fake. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Aiden Hutchinson.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10. Mayfield. He completes it to Wilson. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and that will keep this a 2-point game. Had a chance to give themselves there some important wiggle room, but it went awry.
Yeah, let's do the simple math here, and you know for me it has to be simple. Instead of this thing kind of giving them that wiggle room you talked about, now we're talking about...
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Devontae Smith.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Chiefs use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And he is into the end zone as that pushes the lead up to 6. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
From his end zone, Wilson. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, the pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. But they need their best drive of the game right here.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. To throw, Mayfield. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset.
This is 1st and 10.
They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Mayfield's throw taken in by Hockenson here. There's 2nd down. Mayfield.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Now Mayfield.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And out come the Chiefs now. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
2nd down and 6 now.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Here is 3rd down and 4.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. Dancing to his left. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Obviously, Charles, such an important, well-executed touchdown, and that caps off what has been a strong second half. Remember, they trailed at halftime.
And how about the response? That's the type of thing that every team talks about before a season begins. Don't worry about the scoreboard at the half. Let's play strong in the second and come out and take the fight to our opponent. They did exactly that, and now they have the lead to show for it.
And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Mayfield to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Under 50 seconds to play. Here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield.
Now Mayfield lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And that will set him up in excellent shape. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
All right, here's the punter McAfee to kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. And the pressure gets to him again.
That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him.
The Eagles send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he'll take it just outside the 40.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return.
And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
A 3rd quarter action from Kansas City, 2nd down and 10.
Mahomes going to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Devontae Smith,
43 yards.
and the Chiefs are back within a score.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. Here's Mahomes to throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
This taken in right around the goal line. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Shavarius Ward in on the tackle.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
To throw is Watson. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Hall, and he's going to be dumped there, but he does have a first down.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there, and what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit, because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. First target, first catch, and a first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. They'll get just a yard on the scramble and 2nd down. Now it's Watson.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. And he nearly got get the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his fourth down call.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down 13-8. A minute 55 remaining. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Devontae Smith, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. So now a big spot here as the Chiefs will indeed go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And just shutting him off there. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Here comes 2nd down. To throw, Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Watson connecting with Andrews. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Watson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now Watson. Second down, 8 yards to go. Watson to throw. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Well, this crowd into it now. 3rd and 2. Watson now to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw is made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen.
Oh, wide open, complete. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe. A little.